Yo, man, what's going on, everyone? This is your boy Strictly Gaming, and first of all, great morning, and hope everyone is having a great Friday. Today I got some Last of Us Part 1 remake gameplay. The game releases September 2nd, and you all already know I am a huge fan of the Last of Us series. Probably my second best title of all time behind Metal Gear Solid. So, shout out to Naughty Dog for creating this game from the ground up, made specifically for the PlayStation 5, man. They're just amazing with their work and their attention to detail. And again, one of my most anticipated titles this year. And I plan on playing this a lot because I played the remastered version probably about 4 or 5 times, and I'm gonna do the same for the PS5 version. So with that being said, y'all already know, man. Again, happy Friday, and let's get into some gameplay. Y'all already know. Shout out to Joe, man. Looks amazing. Looking amazing.
2 years ago, when we were finishing Last of Us Part 2, and we were working on those flashbacks within that scene for the first game, we got excited with the idea of like, oh man, what if we made The Last of Us Part 1 to look as good, if not better, than what we have done with Last of Us Part 2, which we really pushed the boundaries of.
I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited.
Standpoint, and felt like if we do that, we could actually come even closer to our original vision of what the first game would have been had we not been constrained by technology.
Keyword, original vision, and they were constrained by technology. So this was their original vision for this title.
The original creative
important to remember
of The Last of Us, I think in a lot of ways was larger than what the PlayStation 3 was capable of.
The tech of the PS5, it's like an open box of tools and goodies that we can play from and draw from. The 4K, HDR, improved haptics, 60 frames.
And also, we don't know how old this build is. Like, this build can be months, 3-4 months old for all we know. So it's probably going to look a lot better when we get the final product. So that's something to note as well.
Fidelity. Not only are the characters more detailed, I mean down to the irises and the pupil depth. You know, you fall into the eyes of the characters.
Like, look at the facial animations. Like, look at her just.
Facial animation.
It looks amazing.
Believable.
Oh my gosh.
All the nuances, all the little.
The detail, the immersion.
Glances, glares.
Look at this, man.
Like, you get all of it almost closer to sort of the original performances.
So no matter what, you stick to me like glue. Like glue. Like glue. Got it. Good. Good.
We are able now to not only just have the highest fidelity characters in the cutscene.
The character models just look so realistic. Like, they look like real people. You can see the emotions in their face when they're performing different actions and having conversations.
Transitions. And
it's truly amazing, man. Shout out to Naughty Dog.
Pretty good, huh?
Our stories happen in gameplay, on a stick.
She knew my mom.
All this stuff is designed to keep you constantly in this world.
And they gave us the Left Behind DLC as well, remake for the PlayStation 5 from the ground up. You know, a lot of people talking about, they took factions out, which is a whole different mode. So again, they gave us the DLC along with the main story, remake from the ground up for the PlayStation 5. So
we could never.
No complaints from me.
Like, this has always been the dream, is to have this number of bumpables, chippables, breakables, destructible objects in a scene. It just makes the world feel rich, makes it feel lived in. Materials can have the properties that you'd expect. The turret truck in Pittsburgh, when it's firing at you and it's just ripping apart the concrete and sending objects flying left and right.
Seeing things break, like there's fear, there's a real fear that it invokes.
That bloater fight's going to be amazing.
Range of gameplay
on the PlayStation 5. Around him. The bloater fight and probably the atmosphere down at the bottom of the hotel.
What we were building the basis off of was The Last of Us Part 2's AI. And it has sophisticated systems for things like the fundamental knowledge model of how these.
And this is big too for the AI.
And understand.
The Last of Us Part 2 had like intelligent AI. It was very difficult, especially if you were playing on like the more difficult modes. It was just difficult. So like, you had to be patient and really strategically approach every situation differently, right? And so it looks like they're doing the same thing with The Last of Us Part 1 remake. So that's very exciting.
One of the other big AI improvements is the buddies. The buddies technology that we developed for The Last of Us Part 2 has this very sophisticated understanding of like, okay, this is where the enemies can see their exposure. We not only have exposure, We have future.
And this is also really big
buddies
because
know, okay, that
in usual games or in past games, you would have a buddy or a companion following you, and they would basically be invisible to the AI, and they would be right in front of them, right? And so it kind of broke the immersion a little bit because, you know, the best part about games is immersion and, you know, just realism. And so they're just doing more to add to it. So this is, again, more phenomenal news, man. Shout out to Naughty Dog, man. They're just,
we have this technology.
they are just
motion
amazing at what they do.
Motion matching is this technology that's basically using logic that tries to match the desired movement to a bucket of hundreds of animations. A mocapped actor has gone in and run this whole gauntlet of movements to get a really full set of all the different ways a person can move. And then it's basically every frame trying to find the best matching animation that fits the path of where the character is going to go. And this motion model just gives this really.
And when she's shooting her arrow right here, look at her facial animations. Not right here, but when she's shooting the arrow down the hallway at the other infected, watch her facial expressions.
Build that.
That's the attention to detail that I be talking about.
We wanted to add several features that fans have been asking for. For example, we now have a permadeath mode. Along that, we've added a brand new speedrun mode, so players can time themselves. There's a whole community of gamers.
So many
to
options,
see
man.
How fast they can play through this game. Beyond that, we added a bunch more of unlockables.
Now to speak of my language, because if you don't know, I am a sucker for cosmetics.
A model view.
So I really like this. Is just news,
details,
amazing news for me personally.
accessibility features.
Definitely can't wait to play this.
Accessibility option that we offer, that's a barrier removed for someone.
As she surveys the apartment, her eyes wander to Joel. She steps past the couch. He wears the wristwatch Sarah gifted him, which now has a cracked face.
And they deserve so much credit for the accessibility options because a big part of why they're remaking this title from the ground up is to bring new gamers into the franchise, right? And they're breaking the accessibility options barriers, man, to give gamers more ways to play the game. It's amazing, man. We got to give them their flowers. Naughty Dog deserves their flowers.
So much of the identity of The Last of Us is the world.
God, I can't wait to play this game.
Completely the art direction. You know, everything from these expansive vistas that not only are they beautiful, but you feel the environments. You feel the environments in a much more visceral way. The rooftops overlooking the Capitol building, for example, like just the breath of fresh air when you go up there and you just like, you feel that sort of release in tension. And then, you know, to juxtapose that down in the tunnels in Wilds, and you get that dank, flooded tunnel feel, that humidity, you can actually feel it. All these environments are just completely reimagined.
Immersion.
Now we got our engine on the PS5.
What it's about, immersion in video games.
Audio, the fast loading, it really creates a much more immersive, and because of that, much more emotional experience.
One of the things I absolutely love with the 3D audio in The Last of Us Part
3D
1
audio, the DualSense features, you know, the haptic feedback, and the adaptive triggers. All of these things are going to play a role in your immersion in a video game.
So much fun.
That's why this console is going to be the best console ever made when it's all said and done.
Hearing them
Or part of the reason why I think so. This scene's gonna be amazing.
Having that two-part reaction of like hearing, turning, seeing, reacting, it just really heightens that sense of just being grounded. You are in this character, you are in this world. Now, with the PlayStation 5, the amount of control that developers have over the DualSense, it's really, really cool. All the guns in the game have a variable amount of resistance on the triggers when you aim them. The way it works with
Watch her facial expression when she shoots the arrow over here.
Start and draw the bow, there's a little bit of resistance.
Attention to detail is amazing.
The amount of resistance is increasing. And then when you release the bow, you're also getting that resistance going out of the trigger.
Crazy.
When you are aiming and firing the shotgun, you're going to get a haptic vibration on the shot. And then what I think is one of the ways that the DualSense really advances things is you're going to get a haptic vibration on the pump of the shotgun. And what's much more sophisticated about that on the DualSense is that in effect has a little like speaker in it. And it's playing an audio file that comes through in the vibrations. And those two beats is what you're going to feel on the controller.
This looks like a good spot.
Let's go, man.
Ties in to the
Let's go.
workbench animation.
And we don't have long to
So
play
if
this.
you're
It comes out
seeing
September
Joel
2nd.
taking
so
apart a gun,
about a month
or
and some
screwing
change.
something in, or putting a new stock on a gun. That
And we have, it looked like we have suppressors on guns also, because we didn't have it on the first one from what I remember.
you know,
So
haptics all across
a good quality of life
expect for
improvement
jumping
from the original.
meleeing, getting melee, like all those kind of high intensity moments we have represented in the haptics. What I personally absolutely adore is the way we can enhance the really like quiet, subtle moments of gameplay. So it's like when Joel goes in to pet the giraffe, getting that little light touch on the haptics as he's petting the
The
giraffe.
Last of Us does such a good job
To me, that's
mixing
the
like
essence of The Last of Us.
just
It's
high
the
tension moments
it's the low tension
with
moments, it's all
intimacy.
of it feeling.
There's a lot of intimacy in some of these moments in these games, you know, with Ellie, Joel, and things of that nature. So they get it. They do such a good job mixing by blending the two.
PlayStation 5 is allowing.
I get goosebumps hearing that noise, by the way, that music.
Jury's still out.
There's something special about that core experience of playing as Joel and Ellie on this journey. Then to take that experience and really honor it and keep the authenticity of it, but elevate it in every way possible, whether it's pipeline, whether it's art direction, whether it's technology, everything that allows us to make that experience better. Not different, extremely better.
Not
Why,
different.
to me, this is the
Reliving the
way to play The
experience,
Last of Us.
reliving this experience in a better way. Can't wait. And with that being said, man, that's enough right now, man. Again, man, this game just looks amazing. It's going to be a phenomenal experience, man. Extremely excited for this. Again, September 2nd is when it drops, and I will be there day one. I'm still looking to get the steelbook whenever it comes in stock. It still hasn't come in stock. I did pre-order the digital deluxe edition, but I will be double dipping. And this also is coming out on PC, so I'll be copping on PC as well. With that being said, man, again, hope everyone has a lovely Friday, man. It's your boy Strictly, and we out. Deuce.